Alrighty, a very good evening to you folks here on the main Speed Gaming channel. Welcome to yet another race in the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Randomizer 2021 tournament. We got a great one for you here tonight, folks. DiggleWrath and Xbro32 are showing their skills for us as we continue into this round 4 of the Swiss rounds. I am Captain MD. Tonight I am joined by Jagger G. How you doing tonight, Jagger?
Hey, I'm doing pretty well. I'm
Very
excited
nice.
for another race of the tournament.
And we got a good one here tonight, folks. Our gentlemen's agreements for this race are random start, random elevators, and 3 starting items with no final bosses. So it's going to be, we're going to see what the seed throws at our runners as we kick things off here in just under 1 minute.
I know you're especially excited to see these being your settings for your match later this week.
Yeah, tomorrow afternoon I'm going up against Inner Slice with same settings with bosses. We get Seekers, Bombs, Power Bombs, and Violet, Seekers, Power Bombs, and Violet Translators. So we
Nice.
start in Temple Grounds somewhere, probably.
Probably.
And yeah, it's definitely Temple Grounds because we got the mission file text.
Yeah.
We start in TAS.
Nice. Yeah,
That's practically a landing site start.
a little bit faster. Yeah. Oh,
Immediate Dark Beam.
Although with power bombs, they have quite a few more options, and Violet, they can go immediately to Great Temple and just hold off on GFMC as long as they want and/or need to.
Well, we have random elevators
Annihilator
tonight,
in TAS.
Oh my. You know, the funny thing is, despite all we did get, that's non-logic yet.
Yeah, true.
I'm going to get a notepad out to track these elevators.
That's a good idea. Imagine taking notes.
Alright, Dynamo Chamber has a missile tank. Curse Lake contains a beam-related upgrade. Could be a beam.
It seems to always be a beam-related upgrade.
Actually, it can't. Because light's needed for playing a Dark Warship. We already know where Annihilator is.
Yeah, true.
Sank entrance is at the Aegon Gate.
But it could be super missiles.
Could be. Beam-related. Beam can be found in TAS.
Ooh,
Thanks, game.
Space jump.
Annihilator in Temple Grounds. Thanks, game.
Space jump in the normal Aegon elevator. I didn't see where it went, though.
It went to Sank entrance.
Ah. It's going to give Xbro a leg up, getting that Annihilator pretty much almost immediately. This slope jump Diggle's doing in Temple or in GFMC compound is pretty tight. It's the bane of any rando player's existence. Basically, you want to jump up this boot-shaped rock here and kind of hold nearly parallel to the cliff face, and you should slide up. But it's easier said than done. And he just winds up triggering the cutscene anyway. Just for a missile tank. It would have been nice, but he has plenty of missiles, to be honest. You really don't need any echoes.
Yeah, and the fact that they've already got secret missiles and main power bombs leads me to suggest that we may be asking for a real trollish location here soon. We see Aegon entrance, though, in Aegon Quadrant, so that's a pretty good elevator.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I guess they don't necessarily have access to Great Temple quite yet.
They actually don't have bombs, which means they actually don't have Dark World access yet. Actually, correction, with Space Jump and Annihilator, they do have Dark Labs access.
Oof, Diggle needs more power bombs to actually
that's
open up Dynamo Chamber.
That's a Sky Temple key in Mining Plaza.
That's +1 on Morbus.
Yep.
Already. So one of the pitfalls of random elevators, I was talking about Great Temple, but there's no guarantee Great Temple is over here. Hopefully this doesn't bite Diggle. I don't think he really got much coming this way, so it won't really bite him. too hard.
If this is temple transport, Emerald Diggle will be just fine because in random elevators the gate is set to down for good. Is set to down whenever you come from that direction.
It's true, although that's having a vanilla elevator isn't necessarily that. Well, I mean, having a vanilla elevator is somewhat common, but having one specifically in one place may not be so guaranteed. Aeon wastes, okay.
Okay, did it say Aegon Temple or actually, it doesn't matter. We have
It
Seekers and Power Bombs.
he skipped the text. He just went there.
It looks like it's Aegon Temple. Yeah, it's Aegon
That's
Temple.
good.
Okay, so
Although, well, that's
it.
not that good.
Oh, oh yeah, no light beam unless it's chilling right here in Vent Area A.
But he has no bombs either, so whoops.
Yep, that's a no good. That's gonna be a soft lock and a reset.
Yeah,
Uh,
this is information though. This isn't really that bad for Diggle. It costs probably a minute or two, but
no, it's not that
very
big a
little
deal.
time.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal. I also just realized we're only ball upgrades from Sank Entrance actually being in play.
Nice.
But Xbro has been picked up Amber Translator and Portal Access A, and we'll be checking, has checked the portal terminal, not the portal terminal, mining station A hint to reveal that Umos 2 is an energy tank.
Yeah, so with the information that Diggle got out of that GFMC trip, knowing he doesn't necessarily need to gun straight for the that area quite yet, he can just take that information with him. And he's probably only losing like 30 seconds, really.
Yeah, it's really not too, it's not too severe.
I don't fully understand this extended dash. I know I have to bend it forward when I do it. Maybe you could just bounce off the wall like he's trying to do.
I don't understand extended dashes in general.
It's really complicated. Basically, you know how to dash jump. You dash to the side and then you hold R to maintain speed of the dash. To do an extended dash, you don't hold the stick at all. You tap jump, and then you tap the stick to the left or right, and that'll basically cancel your jump and fling you to the ground at high velocity. And when you do that, it skips over the speed cap for dashing, so you go much faster. So you can then hold R and bunny hop almost as soon as you touch the ground. The closer to touching the ground, the better. And
Indeed.
It's
It's just
you maintain
unfortunate
all
that
that speed.
It's unfortunate Diggle doesn't realize space jump is in the elevator. But Xbro has picked up vanilla bombs, go figure, and a hint that a movement system is dark beam locked in Incash 4, which we now have access to.
Yeah.
So that could be either gravity, grapple, or screw attack, 2 out of 3 of which would be really nice right about now. Actually, no, 1 out of 3 would be really nice, but 1 would be nice to have to not deal with later.
Everyone knows the plight of Task Jumper getting the jump and not believing in it and walking back off.
Yep.
This is a trick you have to do twice because you always screw it up the first time.
Yeah, one thing I've trained myself to try and do is that as soon as I get up top, press R to stop.
I usually try to jump when I'm up there just to, if I don't believe in myself, I'll at least have time to react when I'm in the air.
But yeah, this is a pretty... All things considering, this is a fairly smooth start. Diggle is about to go into Aegon not knowing about space jump.
Rough.
Okay, no, Diggle's going to turn around and go grab it.
Oh, he just wanted to check the elevator. I see. And right back to business.
Alright, we're going to see the portal terminal hint now from Xbro. Deciding to burn Annihilator Beam ammo on the Pirates. That's actually going to eat into a lot of ammo, because I think Pirates have 150 HP, close to.
I don't actually know. That might be the case, but they can be frozen and shattered with a
Ooh,
combination of charged dark beam and
light
a
beam is
missile.
light beam is 2 rooms away from Amber Translator, which confirms that it must be located in Transport Center.
Nice.
So we've got pretty much free light beam and a free movement system coming up.
With the Dark Pirates and Aegon, there are a few ways to deal with them. You could just use a single charged light shot, and it will. Uh, I think if you. I don't recall if you have to fully charge it or not.
I don't know
I think
either.
fully charged would do 200 damage.
I'm not sure either, but I know 4 regular lights is enough, and a full Seeker Salvo is enough.
For regular lights, that
4 regular
is
light
160.
does,
Okay.
yeah, 160.
So it's not necessarily fully charged. Good to know.
But yeah, we're looking pretty good for a start here, and I'm wondering where the other elevators are going to take us then as a result. And High Chamber B only having dark ammo. Unfortunately, with bombs on Bomb Guardian, we won't be able to see any potential Dark Missile Trooper duping, because, fun fact, if you fight Dark Missile Trooper without bombs in your inventory, the item, or Dark Missile Trooper, will reload upon reloading the room. The layer does not change until you have bombs in your inventory.
Yeah, that was always silly. It's that's a pretty surprising find. And someone was doing a rando once, and they just accidentally respawned Dark Missile Trooper, and they were like, "What?"
That's
Turns out if
exactly
you
that's
just don't have bombs.
that's exactly how I discovered it when I was doing something once. I think it was in a multi. I think I was in BK mode.
Nice.
I think Xbro was trying to get a missile drop, if lucky, maybe getting a drop from bees? But it didn't quite work out. Sorry, me and bees don't get along well.
Yeah.
What's that up in Crossroads? That is... looks like an energy tank?
Probably.
Definitely wasn't grapple beam. And still no missile drops. Thanks, game. Echo's drop system. It doesn't actually kick in until you have 10 missiles.
Yeah, I noticed something else. I was watching. Gosh, was it? Oh yeah, it was DCR's max percent no bombs run, and he was in the Sky Temple and trying to get drops because someone told him if you know how it normally gives you double missiles, and then once you're full on missiles, it gives you power bombs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming because he duped the GFMC missiles and exceeded the maximum missiles, it was only giving him single missiles, and once he was full, it just gave him nothing.
I wonder if that...
Very peculiar.
Well, there's your movement system. It's the best one we could have asked for. We got Screw
Nice.
Attack already. This seat is looking pretty darn free already. I mean, we already had to do a Morbus, and we need that anyway because Mining Plaza's got a Sky Temple key, but even still, that's a little nutty. We're 12 and a half minutes in, and we've got bombs, all beams coming up soon. Screw Attack, 2 translators, main power bombs to start, Seeker missiles to start, and a free Dark Beam. This is getting kind of ridiculous.
I feel like Junction Site hardly has anything these days.
For me, it's 50-50. Although I have noticed as of late it's less likely. Which is funny because, oh. It's funny because, last year it had a lot of stuff.
Yeah. That just means Rando's working.
I'm looking up at Mining Station A. It looks like a missile tank. I'm not 100% sure, though. I did notice
Was
that
it glowy?
Xbro didn't... well, Xbro didn't go after it while the B layer was active in Mining Station A, so maybe... maybe it wasn't that important, because with Space Jump, you can stand on the Wasp Hive and reach the item with just a couple of Space Jumps.
Yeah, maybe. I'm sure if Diggle gets the hive layer, he'll probably get it if it's important, and just leave it if not.
Fairly likely.
Because I was thinking, like, super missiles look a lot like missiles, but they don't really glow as nearly as
Yeah.
much. They glow slightly, but barely.
Yeah, the real thing you have to watch for is the vertical stripe.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, despite everything we have gotten, we've gotten no Aegon keys.
Hmm.
So, we do need to take that into consideration as well.
And so I was commenting on how lacking missiles. Oh, by the way, yeah, you can technically screw attack Jump Guardian, but I
Oh,
don't think it
jeez.
takes damage. I think it might move, though. I'm not sure. There's some weird properties with it.
Doesn't look like it did in this case. I know Screw Attack can bounce some enemies around. It bounces around Emperor 3 for sure.
Yeah.
Diggle is taking that space jump and opening the door to labs real quick. Not a bad idea, since Light Beam is next on the docket for our runners, most likely. Checking Vent Area A, then going into labs actually doesn't sound like a bad idea at all. Because it is generally faster to do labs back to front.
Sorry, where did you say Light Beam was? Was that Vent Area A or
Transport Center.
Transport Center? Okay, that
Yeah.
would... Uh, yeah, that's going to help Diggle a lot if he catches onto that and actually gets that 4 Jump Guardian.
Should have caught on to... I would have imagined he's caught onto it. Ooh, and another energy tank for Xbro from Jump Guardian. So energy tanks, early Aegon energy tanks aren't too bad today. Too early is basically vanilla.
Nice. I was just Xbro is the one who got the Light Beam hit, I believe, in
They both
Portal
have it.
Terminal. Do
Yeah,
they both
have it now.
Oh,
Yeah, Diggle
so
went and got the hint and then went to Bomb Guardian.
oh, he didn't have bombs yet.
Yeah. Diggle decided to take Amber and play for the hints, which is generally a good idea. Because despite how much we do have, the fact that we've gotten Seekers and Power Bombs already means those hints are not in the pool. So, that's 2 hints, that's 2 likely less garbage hints.
So Diggle's probably gonna be having light beams. Only 5 missiles though, so 16 minutes in. I'm sure they'll get more, but that's not a great count for Jump Guardian.
No, it's not. Although you don't really need with Light Beam missiles for Jump Guardian,
Sure.
but you definitely want to have 1 left over to go check Broom Closet, which today was
5
a Sky Temple key.
5 missiles will be 150 damage. Jump Guardian has 1100 damage, so that's 950. And then divide that by 40 for light beam shots.
Yeah, that's going to be another 24 shots.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty good.
And it is definitely a missile tank in Mining Station A.
Okay, well, with 0 missiles, it's going to be like 27 shots.
Yeah. You can integrate missiles into a rapid-fire light beam, but and it does add a nice, decent chunk of damage. But it's not gonna be a huge difference maker.
Although a big note about using light beam on Jump Guardian is that you don't want to charge it because echoes the charge beam does not do double damage. The charged light beam does not do double damage.
Because echoes. All right. Oh, Xbro's gonna take all this gear and check Mining Station B. We could get all 3 items here. Screw Attack Space Jump is enough to get whatever that is. And we have main power bombs and light beams, so why not just get Storage A while we're here? It's actually quite convenient. And the icing on the cake, we can check the hint. ETM.
Nice.
Oh, Jagger, we had a blockbuster hint in Fortress Transport Access at the 5 o'clock race. That was
Hmm.
a suit is 3 rooms from a suit. A Morbus is carting the Sonic Boom. How appropriate. We have Annihilator and we have to kill a Morbus anyway.
That suit is guarding us is 3 rooms from a suit and is actually pretty good. You're bound to see one of them. So
Yeah,
that
and
tells you where the other one is.
oh,
Nice.
it's a Vanilla Dark Burst. We're having way too much fun with this seat already.
Yeah, he might want to. He's going back. He might want to pick that up to activate bomb slots later.
I think Xbro's getting it just for the might be getting it just for the maybe might be just getting it for the memes. I don't think this drill is standable from the top. I think you have to use the boxes. Or no,
You
do
would
you have
have to BSJ if you want to screw attack to it. If you raise the blade,
I
the fan
think
blade, or the drill, then you could just slope jump. Or I think there is standable. Yeah, there's
yeah,
standable
there's
terrain.
standable terrain. There is standable terrain,
It's
which I
just a
think
slight bump on the middle of the fan.
yeah, bump on the middle of the fan and also the sort of pseudo-looking bars in the beginning of Mining Station B on the
Hmm.
other side they're standable as well. And so you can use that to get to the platforms that lead you to Dark Burst.
It's funny when DCR and I were going through rooms, looking through the all the standable terrain and or slope jumps. We were like, "This is a slope jump, right? Actually, you could just stand on top of the slope, so technically it's standable terrain." Okay, okay, fine.
Ooh, Sand Canyon's already in play too. We're going to be finding items in really wonky spots here this seed. I hope. Like that
Oh,
suit.
nice.
Plane of Dark Worship, anybody?
Or Torvus.
Yeah, this is Torvus access.
Well, the Torvus elevator,
Yeah.
whether it's Torvus or not, is another story.
Well, we can check both elevators now in the Torvus quadrant, so it's possible.
I really like random elevators. It's probably random elevators and random start are probably my favorite modes.
Yeah, they make you think a little bit. It's quite thought provoking. I basically said the same thing twice.
There's Screw Attack for Diggle, he's going to be happy. There's Dark Aegon Key 2 for Xbro, he's surely not very happy.
Well, not really. I mean, at this point, you got to get it anyway. So,
Yeah.
all right, this is the elevator we know
Right.
to Sank Quad. So yeah, Xbro can't use this elevator yet. Although, Phazon Grounds is in play.
It sure is. Maybe it would be worth it right now. It's just a few rooms away from the elevator.
It is a few rooms away, but it's only one check. I would say yes
It's
if we
true.
had Echo Visor to do Profane Path as well. Just clear the whole place out.
In the first tournament, I felt like Phazon Grounds was so common that I just kind of expected something there. It wasn't always something, but uh, I had my whatchamacallem, I just believed.
Yeah, I understand. Looks like Xbro is electing to pick up the light ammo tank before fighting Dark Samus. Diggle, however, has taken a few notes out of my book, going for the broom closet with low health.
You can do this. It's just shoot the safe zones, roll, and screw attack if you have to. Screw attack does reduce dark atmospheric damage down to 2 damage per second.
Oh, it's 2. I thought it was
Yeah,
1.4.
I believe it's 2, but
Interesting.
and the dark suit is 1.2, so it's not quite as good, but it's pretty good.
All right. Well, Diggle has successfully and somewhat close callingly acquired the Sky Temple key out of the broom closet and is going to just annihilate Jump Guardian. Fun fact, by the way, on the subject of Annihilator, it does 5 times damage to Dark Samus 1.
Yeah, sure does. Kills it in 10 shots.
Yeah, ideally you want to force Dark Samus to do an attack before shooting, though. Otherwise she will go invincible. She'll
Yeah, the
preset it.
halfway point. Yeah. Phase 1, or round 1 center.
Alright, well, Diggle's acquired the Jump Guardian energy tank, and Xbro's gonna go through labs. Unfortunately, looking down the wrong side of Command Center. But we see the other item is a missile tank.
I personally like to scan missile tanks at some point, just so that if I'm not sure what an item is, I can pull up Scan Visor and it will be tinted green.
That is a really good idea.
I picked up that habit from when I was doing fusion-inspired seeds, and there were power bombs that just don't give power bombs, and conveniently they are considered separate items, separate types of items. So when you scan one, you know all of the others will have that attribute of either having one power bomb or zero.
Indeed. Alright, looks like Xbro's reloaded this room and it will now pass through it in order to do the rest of labs. And reload main reactor while they're at it. I can hear from the audio cue that this is an item and not a key. The item in sand processing is also an item. Oh, have we seen the mining plaza hint? This might be new information. A suit in Aegon. That hint has already been satisfied.
But not by Diggle yet. He's still looking for it. This is really good intel for him.
It is. But, yeah, we do know that that hint has already been satisfied. And if I'm not mistaken, there is... I think that's all our amber hints.
And also with the way the hint system works, there's a strong chance, it's not a guarantee, but there's a strong chance that if there's a hint for something other than like the guaranteed hints in the pool, if there's a hint for an item specifically, then it probably is your logical progression, so it may lead to something important later.
Indeed, and that is another red temple key located in bioenergy production. Fairly safe bet that that's an Aegon key, but Xbro misses the screw attack. Is unfortunately going to have to KO these pirates, get grabbed by a couple of Metroids in the cutscene, like so, or okay, not. Oh, there we go. Oof, Diggle also making sure to not get secret missiled.
So we know there are missile expansions in this seed.
Yes. Wow, Diggle absolutely nailing that BSJ screw attack to grab Dark Burst.
Very nicely done, yeah. You could basically get the camera stuck inside that pipe, so it won't be able to follow you. So instant unmorphs are a pretty common trick you'll see, especially later in the tournament. They're pretty difficult for players to get a grasp on. Basically, the idea is whenever you leave the ground when morphed, the game considers you on the ground for 2/5 of a second. So in that time, you can bomb jump in the air and unmorph, and you have, if you get the camera to just skip the animation of unmorphing, it's called an instant unmorph, and usually you just like block the camera or you push it against the wall, and that'll allow you to jump as soon as you gain control.
Yeah, it's an amazing trick for getting that extra height you need. It's grateful. It's great in Mining Station B. It's great in Great Bridge. It's great in Grand Wind Chamber. Just to name a couple.
So some people prefer to call it instant unmorph jump because that's exactly what it is. The original name for it was bomb space jump, but there is a hyper mode trick in logic in Aegon Wastes where you can do a BSJ with no bombs or space jump.
Oh my.
It's pretty horrible and required in max percent no bombs twice.
Oh jeez. Sounds disgusting.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Alright, finally we get some more missiles in Storage B. Xbro's screw attacks have been getting, unfortunately, blocked by quite a number of wonky collision events.
Yeah, that hitbox is pretty big.
Now, they have 2 Aegon keys already. They're only 1 Aegon key away from finishing up here and doing a Morbus. Now, if they find Echo Visor, that's mining Plaza nice and early. Ooh, Diggle doing some out-of-bounds shenanigans here.
Nice. That's actually, I believe, one of two. It might be the only intermediate single room out of bounds in Randovania logic, but it's not required in this tournament. We had that setting turned off. So.
Okay.
But it's actually really easy to get out of bounds by slope jumping up the Lumnoth corpse and then landing on standable terrain up on the upper rails and then just jumping straight up onto the wall. The top of the wall is standable, so you could just jump from there and you get stuck in the ceiling. And you just walk over to the Dark Simus trigger.
Oh, we're going to have this problem again. First off, Aegon key in Battleground, but more importantly, we got a HUD system in Battleground. This could be a problem. Last seed at 5 o'clock, that was Dark Visor.
I count that as a blessing personally. When you know there's an item you can't get, then you know it won't be required and you won't have to worry about any of the key bearer hints.
True, but the only problem is we didn't figure that out until around the time we checked hints.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty rare to find out. Well, it's pretty rare for it to happen in the first place, but also rare to find out.
And that's our Morbus access. Although, we're pretty well geared for a Morbus already. We have Light Beam and Dark Suit, which is really all you need. So, yeah, we have the tools, and Xbro actually can just completely finish the loop here and check in cache 2 on the way out.
So this trick Diggle's doing is pretty difficult. I personally find this method more difficult. You could screw attack behind the further one. I think screw attacking to it is the most reliable. I think the key is you want to... Oh, he does get the standable terrain. You basically want to get above and behind the turret collision and face perfectly perpendicular so you don't slide off.
Yeah, I remember this trick giving you a big edge in your, I think it was your semifinals race against Bash Prime.
Yeah. And he does... several people do a different method where you BSJ onto the turret directly above you, and it's kind of easier to get wedged into the corner. But personally, I find that unmorphing in the standable onto the standable terrain is kind of finicky for me.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it sounds like a tough trick. Take your pick.
Yep.
But Xbro's going to take a safety save here and make the rounds to in cache 2. Should be a fairly quick check.
So, important to note if you're feeling intimidated by seeing all these tricks, in the tournament settings, bomb space jumps are not required for any of the seeds.
Absolutely, yeah. The 8 tricks we have set to beginner are Knowledge, Combat, Movement, Open Gates from Behind, Standable Terrain, Slope Jumps, Bomb Jumps, and I'm trying to remember what number 8 is.
I thought that was 8. I'm not sure. I lost count.
I think I said 7, but I'm just trying to remember what the 8th one might... Oh, hello. That's convenient.
Nice. Wow.
That's good.
Already.
Boost ball and feeding pit. Let's go.
Or even Spider, honestly. You could just, like, Boost is really nice, but Spider... do they have final bosses turned on?
No.
Okay. Well, either one, I guess, is just convenience.
Yeah, and I'm calling it right now. Boost to here for Spider Ball in Fortress Transport Access, and that elevator is the Aegon Portal elevator. I swear if I actually called that. For the record, Reed generated this seed. I just made the race time room in a hurry, but whoa, that was close. Nice screw attack save there.
Yeah. Screw attacking is pretty it's pretty hard to get used to in this game. You have to basically be facing straight forward. Yep. With some exceptions, you have to press jump. I guess you jump, then you space jump, and then your third jump press will be a screw attack.
Yeah. Good news, the HUD system in Dark Oasis isn't Dark Visor this time because it was in Feeding Pit. Ironic, the one Dark Water check that doesn't need Dark Visor.
Well, coincidence, but yeah.
Coincidence?
Allegedly.
I think not. Ooh, and that's another visor upgrade in Central Mining Station. It is Cobalt. So it's down to Emerald or Echo for the Dark Oasis cache. Take your pick. Both pretty valuable upgrades, honestly. Sank sounding like a really good idea right now if we can find a better way in. Although, with Dark Visor Seekers, we can go through the front door once we finally get boost. But yeah, Sank is looking like a really tantalizing place to be right now. Got any particular favorites where you think supers are going to be, besides Torvus, the obvious Torvus energy controller?
Right. It's a tough one.
Ooh.
I don't know, underground tunnel?
Maybe. That is Emerald locked, which if that's the case, then you would have to go down to Lower Torvus to fight Powerbomb Guardian first. And I have to thank you, Jagger, for enlightening me earlier this week that the ink caches don't move until you break out a Dark Visor.
Yeah, it's pretty handy.
That led me to a couple of good missile snipes in practice on Monday.
Yeah, it's useful if you want to just like shoot them from far away before going towards them. Although if you do want to screw attack to it, you are disabling the Dark Visor, so they do start moving afterwards.
Yeah.
So you just kind of have to aim to the side where they will be, like halfway through their moving cycle.
Yeah, because the other thing is missiles at long range don't lock.
Yep.
It's kind of silly.
Well, I don't think you can lock onto the flying ink caches in general unless you're using Dark Visor, which you would have to switch visors and back in order to lock on, I think.
Yeah, I mean, what I mean to say is after the caches have decloaked, if you were like still on the other ledge towards doomed entry and fired the missile towards the cache, the missile won't track.
It's awful. There's also kind of the bane of Prime players is the auto tracking of the beams and weaponry. If you're just firing straight forward, you're not locking on or anything, they will adjust. They will
They'll
shoot towards the enemy instead.
Yeah,
regardless where you're pointing.
The shot will auto angle. Yeah.
This can be a blessing and a curse because if the enemy is moving, it will lead the shot. But if they're changing directions as they're moving, it won't hit. And in the case of those flying ink caches, for some reason, it doesn't lead the shot. It just shoots where they were like 3 seconds ago.
Yeah, it's really weird. All right, Xbro is going to be coming up on Cobalt Translator here. And so right now, Diggle's about to stumble upon Light Suit followed by Dark Visor. He's going to slightly regret the routing, I think, a little bit here, because went to ink cache 1 first. Does not want to lay a bomb here by accident. Because those phazon canisters do 80 damage per explosion, plus DOTs, I think.
I
maybe
don't think
not.
it's damage over time, but you do have this visual effect where you're basically partially blind for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's a really long stun. It's about as bad as getting hit by Quad's Charged Annihilator. It's actually Quad's Charged Annihilator is worse because that's like a 10
It's
second
way
stun.
worse, yeah.
Now, Xbro has already opened the door out of labs, so we'll just be able to casually stroll right out. We're seeing we're seeing an example of the Phazon canister explosion being face tanked.
Yeah.
All right, let's see where Xbro decides to take this. Is going back to Doomed. Yeah, where's Xbro might be looking for some dark ammo here. Or maybe looking to go out through vent area A. Oh, he's reloading the room to check the key. No, not reloading the room to check the key bearer. Okay. Well, let's see what the play is here. Probably leaving through vent area A at this point. Xbro did open up the, oh, maybe Xbro didn't open the way up. Maybe that's why.
Might have been considering exiting through vent area A and then remembered it doesn't have spider ball quite yet. Looking like they might opt to save warp instead.
It looks like that might be what they're doing at this point because, yeah, Xbro's going back towards ventilation area B. Alright, DiggleWrath now has Dark Visor. And remind me again, where does this take him? It takes him to Task. This is actually really great because this will put him straight into Plane of Dark Worship.
Yeah, that's true. And point brought up in chat, we have barely any elevator knowledge. There are a lot of elevators to choose from in Temple Grounds, 6 in total, and we still have yet to find Torvis or Sync yet.
Yeah, we know the Aegon Temple elevator will lead us to someplace not important, and that's, I think, another ETM.
Well, I guess I shouldn't get too impatient. We're only 40 minutes in, and it stands to reason you would be full clearing Aegon by this time.
I want to say that was a W that Xbro just wrote down, but I'm not
that's
sure.
Gross. Why would he do that?
Not sure.
Was there a colon preceding it?
Maybe? Did look like
Wait, that's not how emojis work.
But yeah, let's see where Xbro decides to take this, because we can't do Sank Gate because we don't have Emerald Translator. We could check the other two. So yeah, we can see now both the remaining Temple Grounds elevators, and one of them has to lead to Torvis by now, unless... because yeah, one also already leads to Sank. Well, they might lead to Great Temple, because Great Temple we're also hideously... we've also been has also been conspicuously absent so far this seed. Oh, you know what we can check right now? Ing Reliquary. Let's see what this is. I'm gonna laugh if this is a movement system. Beam related. It could be supers.
Yep. They do have light suit.
Yeah, it's like right now, this is where I would say go check Phazon Grounds, because you can get 2 out of the 3 items. Sounds like a really good idea, honestly, when you think about it, because Reliquary's not that much further away from Phazon Grounds. It's only 3 rooms.
Diggle checking the Crystal Lake for that beam related item.
Oh!
Well, there you go. Yeah, so, I was about to say it might be more likely because they just got Light Suit actually led to Dark Visor already, so I would guess that Dark Visor would be locking something else.
Yeah, that's why I figured Ing Reliquary wouldn't have been a bad idea either, but yeah, Super's on the Super's in a Cursed Lake. There you go. I think you called that earlier.
Yeah, Like, it's one of those things you always say, hey, just in case, make sure you know a beam-related item could refer to a charge combo, a super missile.
Yeah. I think Xbro was trying to dupe the missile tank, but couldn't find the cutscene trigger. But, with
I think this
supers...
happened twice this tournament.
But yeah, Diggle has found a lot of good gear now, so Diggle could check hints. Diggle can basically access just about any elevator in the game now. Except Aegon Portal, because no boost ball. Every other elevator is pretty much free game now. That is another missile tank in Grand Wind Chamber. That pirate was like, nope, I'm not getting hit by that. To answer your question, chat, neither runner has found Great Temple yet, so they have not acquired Umos 1. We know Umos 2 is dead. I think. Yeah, Umos 2 is an energy tank. Oh, those pirates being very polite getting out of Samus's way. So yeah, I'm sure Diggle's going to feel pretty good about those supers, although it's very interesting so far, you know. Annihilator Beam led to Light Suit, led to Dark Visor, led to Super Missiles. So it's a lengthy chain of items, but the items have been nice and tightly packed.
Yeah. Basically everything in Aegon, like the old days.
Yeah, not so much change. And I find it interesting, though, that our runners have put off a Morbus for so long. Maybe they just want to wait on it until they're in go mode. Because, yeah, Morbus is in play, and we're only looking for Echo Visor for Mining Plaza. And, yep, I think Xbro is going to check Phase on grounds. If this is Echo Visor, that would be great.
Yeah, I guess they're not really prioritizing Sonic Boom because they already have Dark Burst for bomb slots.
Fair enough.
Or I guess bombs.
Alright, what is in Defiled Shrine? It is an ETM, a third ETM. That's 3 out of 4.
So in my race, there were 10 Sonic Booms placed, and I tried to use Sonic Boom on some flying pirates, and then I found out I hadn't actually picked any of them up yet.
Oh, jeez.
Luckily, I had Dark Burst.
And that would be the missile launcher. That's a downgraded missile upgrade in Hall of Honor dead. And Xbro is going to check Ing Reliquary, which we now know is going to be... It actually could be Sunburst. Be hilarious if it was.
I also had Require, Launcher, and Main Power Bombs, but they were both like among the first 5 or so items we found.
That tends to happen when you have main launchers on, especially with main power bombs, is that they tend to show up sooner rather than later, especially now in 2.0 where that's a specific feature. Hear the words of O'Lear, last sentinel of the Fortress Temple. May they serve you well.
Good old O'Lear.
I'm so glad I finally get to shout out that line a couple of times this tournament, because I never got to shout it out last year. I think one time it was like literally the Umos 1 hint. Spider Ball is 3 rooms away from Poison Bog. That is good intel, because it has to be an early Dark Torvis now, which means it could be in...
Now it's time for counting with the commentators.
Wait a minute. Let me think this through for a minute. It's 3 rooms away from... Where is it 3 rooms away from again?
Poison Bog.
Poison Bog.
The one with the flying ink cache.
Give me a minute here, because one of those is Dark Torvis Temple.
You know what?
What about the other ones? Give me a minute. I need to think this through. It's not Cache. Putrid Alcove is out of range. Is too close. Boost Guardian is out of range.
Actually, Dark Torvis Temple is out of range.
No,
Because
it's 3
there's
rooms. Oh,
portal,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
whatchamacallit,
Yeah,
and
you're
then
right.
Venom
Portal
spawns in
chambers.
the
Portal chambers
temple
1.
access.
You're right, you're right. Okay. You're right. All right.
Then what the heck is it? Huh.
Now, Diggle just found Boost Ball, though, in War Ritual Grounds, locked by Dark Visor. So, good to pick that up on the way to check hints. Give me a minute here while I think through Poison Bog a little. It's not Venomous Pond. It's not Cache B.
And it does not cross portals, so
No.
it's definitely in the dark world. I it doesn't make sense to me. I don't think it's anywhere.
All right, let's read hints. Priorities.
Maybe it is Venomous Pond and is just taking the longer route.
It's supposed to take shortest round possible. All right, Cat
Yeah.
West. Vault.
Ooh. That one takes a while.
Grove. So we need Emerald Translator. Lower Torvis, that's free.
Yeah, that's the first room you enter Lower Torvison.
Mm-hmm. Mining Plaza, we knew. Should be the last one. Spire's Treasure. Oh, wait. We missed one. Cache B.
Lots of Torvis as per usual.
Alright, let me think, actually, because... Okay, so...
Actually, that's 3
that's
in...
everything.
That's 3 in Sanctuary. I guess it's only 3 in Torvis as well.
Well, here's the thing, though. We don't need Spider Ball.
Probably not.
Yeah, because we can get to Vault Side Sank without Spider Ball. We just need to slope jump over the spider track in Dynamo Access.
Or with Seekers and Dark Visor, you could take the vanilla paths up.
Oh, wait a minute, but we do need to know where Emerald Translator is, though. So we do need Emerald Translator, and if Emerald Translator is in the HUD system in Dark Oasis, then we do need Spider Ball.
Right.
So let me try and figure out, because this is bothering me now, where Spider Ball is supposed to be.
Could be under Temple. That would be awful.
Oh, you know what it is? I think the hint for Spider Ball said it might have been up to 3 rooms away. I need to double check the VOD and confirm this, because one of the hints in 2.5... Oh, we found Lower Torvis in Meeting Grounds. Because yeah, it might have said up to 3 rooms. And we actually need Echo Visor anyway because Mining Plaza, so yeah, one way or another Powerbomb Guardian is required, so we need Spider Ball.
Where were all the Aegon keys? Those were just accessible freely in Aegon, right?
Yeah, those are free.
Yeah, I don't think you need Emerald for Mining Plaza.
Nah. Poison Bog is just bothering me now, though. Let me see if it said up to 3 rooms.
Oh, right. That is a good point in chat, though, because Torvis Grove requires Emerald,
Exactly.
and Mining Plaza requires Echo, then absolutely that HUD system is required, and I can allegedly speak, I swear.
I just missed it. What was the elevator that Diggle just discovered?
Not sure. It might have been Lower Torvis or something. I missed it.
No, we already saw Lower Torvis.
Temple Transport Amber, maybe?
Might be. Hang on, I'm gonna look through the VOD and confirm that hint DiggleWrath.
Oof. So, okay. Oh, he did get 10 missile drop. I thought Diggle just didn't get a drop He didn't get a drop from the little container. I assumed he accidentally screw attacked something open and got missiles earlier and just didn't pick them up. Because although the drop system is improved, it also takes into account what has already dropped and is still available to pick up when you destroy things.
All right, so I can confirm the hint read up to 3 rooms away from Poison Bog.
Oh.
So it's a radius now, it's not a proximity. So up to 3 rooms means it could be, I mean, it could be Poison Bog itself at this point, which means it could be Cache, Putrid Alcove, or Venomous Pond. All 3 are free.
I wonder if it could self-reference the same room.
Well, there's one way we can find out.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, that was a change in 2.5, is that one of the proximity hints now gives a radius rather than a relative distance.
Are you tracking Dark Oasis?
I am not. Powerbomb Guardian's not that bad.
Dark Oasis kind of is, though.
Could be worse.
Yeah. It's just you have to go all the way to Lower Torvus, then you have to come all the way back to Dark Aegon.
So, at this time, we are currently in... we're looking for the other HUD system, but other than that, we may be in... we're close to no mode here. But the only thing is, we could technically... Diggle might know the... if our runners... this goes to both runners, really, but if our runners know the BSJ to skip, Diggle's got to watch health a little bit here. If both runners know the BSJ in Forgotten Bridge, they could skip Emerald Translator.
I don't know if they would. It is an expert level trick. And it's kind of finicky, but I've seen them do just as hard tricks before, so we'll see.
Then again, there is always progression in Underground Tunnel, but then again, we can't, logically, we can't do Underground Tunnel from the back. Alright, so this elevator takes us to Sank Vault.
Well, also, I know Diggle knows Out of Bounds quite a bit, so he might opt to just go Out of Bounds to skip Emerald. There's boost ball for Xbro. They can go fast now.
Dark Visor is next to Incash 1. Thanks, game.
Ooh, there's something blue and shiny in main research. Is that Cannonball?
Yep.
Nice.
We won't be needing that today.
But the question is, will they be needing Airy today? That's
good question.
One of the few required, or one of the few locations that actually requires you to not have Cannonball, because the Cannonball hitbox. Oh dear.
Diggle. Health.
Run, Diggle, run. Oh,
there's a gold.
He's got it. Nice.
Yeah, those quads do 20 damage on impact. They're pretty dangerous. Oh yeah, by the way, if you just tap B at the right time, it still acts as a boost ball like it just did there.
This is hard to earn Cannonball right here.
Yeah. The funny thing is, Cannonball would trivialize this puzzle.
So Cannonball has been added to the item pool for the tournament. It actually is an item coded into the game, and it actually is given to you every time you enter a kinetic orb cannon in vanilla. It's just that the cannon will shortly thereafter remove your Cannonball when you get to the other side, when you're supposed to go back to normal. But
basically,
among the many properties, if you want to explain that, go ahead.
Sure. Basically, colliding with any visible terrain removes Cannonball when shot out of a cannon, but there's basically 5 applications of Cannonball. Number 1, you're invulnerable while in Morph Ball state. Number 2, vulnerable enemies take 500,000 damage per frame. Number 3, it opens up any lock that had a blast shield previously, or any door that had a blast shield previously. 4 is it does not break crates or anything that is normally vulnerable to boost ball by itself. And 5, you definitely want to complete the puzzle in main gyro before hitting it with Cannonball.
It does let you use Boost Ball, but also even if you have Boost Ball already, it's kind of overwrites that and just doesn't break crates anyway.
Yeah, cannonball damage and boost ball damage are mutually exclusive. Diggle, do not fall off the railing here.
Yeah, and speaking of being invincible when in Morph Ball form, it also prevents knockback while in Morph Ball form. So that force field that holds you in bounds just doesn't affect you when in Cannonball. You could just roll right out, and it's a very long way down.
So now the question becomes, where is Emerald Translator? Well, Diggle apparently doesn't need Spider Ball.
Yep.
Decided not to read the Cobalt hint.
And temporary items are never part of the logic, including temporary room layers such as the wasp hives in mining station A. You're never required to climb on top of those to get the mining station A item. It's just really convenient to do so.
Yeah, so Diggle, because he does not have Spider Ball, is going to have to just slope jump over the thing here. I think Screw Attack just barely... Yeah, Screw Attack makes it over with even without a space jump. Or without
Yep.
a slope jump.
And even without screw attack, there's actually standable terrain. Surprise, surprise, to just jump right over anyway.
GameCube Prime, folks. If it looks like you can stand on it, you can stand on it. If it doesn't look like you can stand on it, you could probably stand on it anyway.
Yup. Specifically, there's that little cylinder in the middle of the room that just has a little ring at the bottom you can stand on, and it's just barely enough height.
Alright, well, Xbro is about to find main research as well here. Probably gonna head straight into it. Because they're both packing the same equipment. This actually is a very close race. Despite Diggle's early supers find. But yeah, some additional fun facts about Cannonball. Resbits take 4 times as much damage, so 2 million damage per frame. Number 2, Chica Adult is vulnerable to Cannonball.
I used that today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I had a Sky Temple key.
Nice. But yeah, normally it doesn't have like a pickup model in the but in the randomizer. Oh wait, that was Dark Visor. Never mind, we knew that hint already. Looks like Xbro is interested in that cannonball as well.
I believe screw attacking into that item is intermediate, so it's not in tournament logic. If Spider were required, it could not be that. But it's nice to know what it is anyway. If it were
Yeah.
Spider Ball, that would mean Spider wouldn't be required, so that'd be very good to know.
Indeed. Alright, Diggle's gonna go get the Vault STK. And just immediately incinerate those res bits.
Nice.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Me neither, actually.
Because you don't have cannonball properties while you're screw attacking, right?
Nope. Even though technically the screw attack is actually a morph ball, it unfortunately does not gain the properties of cannonball.
And exactly what I was worried would happen would happen. Yeah, it's very easy to accidentally bonk on the boost track and go sailing into the unknown. It's really, you really do want to land on either on the floor and not bonk.
Mm-hmm. Also, a minor trivia: it's really unfortunate that screw attack doesn't quite behave like a morph ball, because if it were able to enter bomb slots, it would trigger the slots because they are vulnerable to screw attack.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
What doesn't activate a morph ball slot these days? That's pretty funny. Oh, we're getting to see the roll jump screw attack here. There's been so much comedy in this seed. It's fantastic.
Some climbing main research. I think this is actually my favorite room in the game. You can use these drinky birds to just like get shoved on top of them and then jump onto standable terrain.
That's a
And
good
you could
one.
climb your way up. Yeah.
Drinky birds, that's a great one. Ooh, just like that? Oh, not quite.
You do need to go quite a bit higher to get up there, I believe. Actually, do you?
Alright.
I think you do. Yeah, you need to get from that drinker bird onto the rolling pin, and then you can make it up there.
A beam can be found in temple grounds. Thanks, game. That's probably talking about Dark? Yeah, that's got to be talking about Dark, because Annihilator's been hinted already.
Although it is pretty difficult. Xbro probably should have just went to the ledge right by the transit station and then screw attacked across. It's considerably easier.
Oh yeah, technically we can't get across the rest of Vault Side because we don't have Spider Ball. So,
It's true.
actually,
It
I
depends
wonder if
where the
Emerald...
elevators go.
Yeah, although, Sang Quadrant leads to Lower Torvis, so... And we just found Boost Ball, though, so Aegon Portal's in play. I wonder if that's the elevator the game is expecting you to take here. Because we know Spider Ball is in Torvis. In fact, I'm almost willing to bet that is the case at this point, or at least to Great Temple.
Huh. You know, so Diggle's going into aerial training site without Spider Ball. You are logically required to get Spider Ball to open that portal, but it's kind of... This is especially interesting because without Spider Ball, technically, I believe they're on... Oh, no, it wouldn't be through Quadraxis, actually. I was thinking that might be the only logical way, but no, you need Spider Ball for Quadraxis.
Yeah, for the head.
Never mind. You can totally get there without fighting Quadraxis, but it's not required.
To answer your question, chat, the lower Torvis Key is Hydrodynamo Station, so it is not the Alpha Block location. The Alpha Block location, though, could have Emerald or Echo. Yeah, because we can pretty much reach... We can reach a lot of locations in the game since we know where Spider Ball is and we can already reach it. Diggle, you don't have Spider Ball.
He tried. But luckily, realizing he doesn't have Spider Ball, that may click into his mind and give him some intel.
Well, there's Grapple Beam, blocked by Screw Attack. We're having so much fun with this seed.
Nice.
It's looking like a Jet Seed, but we're having so much fun with it anyway. Because, yeah, at this point, with Spider Ball known, the only major hiccup is one more visor upgrade. And I think Xbro is going to go for the Aegon Portal Elevator by going to Aegon through Ventilation Area A. There's the Cat West key. And Diggle might actually be on the way to check Sank map real quick. Although, I don't think Cobalt can be in here.
Well, Cobalt can't. Maybe Emerald.
Not Cobalt, Emerald, excuse me, yeah. Whoopsie! Wrong visor.
Is it, what's blocking it?
Oh?
Well, Amber would be, the access to, where he got here from, so, it just depends on where Spider Ball or the other elevators are, huh?
Yeah, because I'm trying to think, well, Diggle might be checking the thinking to check Sank Spider's elevator and get the Hall of Combat Mastery key, maybe, with a screw attack into tunnel. Let's see. Did Diggle keep Cannonball? I think so.
Most likely.
Flawlessly done. Well done, Diggle. Oh yeah, by the way, without Boost Ball, the cameras are weird.
Yeah, it helps to do an instant morph into the tunnel instead, but it's just so much easier to screw attack. And it's not the worst thing ever, but boy, is it annoying.
Well, if you didn't already have Light Suit, Sank Spider Side would tell you where it's hiding. Getting a Calling Chamber Hazing Cliff play, and we'll see where Sank Spider takes us. Aegon Portal leads to Torvis Temple. There's our Torvis access.
I was a little surprised Diggle didn't do this when he first got here, but it kind of makes sense if you're going to want to clean up Sanctuary and then leave through this elevator, then coming here later makes a lot of sense.
I think that basically means Sank Spider has to lead to Great Temple at this point.
Because we already found Lower Torvus, and we found Torvus Entrance already, right?
We have not. So Torvus Entrance has to lead to another Great Temple elevator, and the other Great Temple elevator has to lead to Sank Spider. And then another one has to lead to not Sank Entrance, Sank Gate. So, yeah, this...
I'm a little surprised they haven't been there yet.
Yeah, this elevator has to lead to Temple Grounds at this point, I think. Or Great Temple, excuse me.
I mean, they couldn't get there because they didn't have Emerald. That's right.
Yeah, TT Violet, so... Maybe we'll be able to put the elevator logic together now, because Diggle will be able to check all three.
Xbro trying to screw attack across. It doesn't quite work that way, unfortunately. He's trying to avoid bonking on the bridge, but the problem is if you avoid bonking on the bridge and you screw attack below it, you're very likely not going to get enough height to make it onto the further ledge. Basically, what you have to do instead, either you do a slope jump and screw attack over the bridge, or what you could do is you could jump towards the bridge, and after you pass underneath it, then you initiate screw attack with your third B press, and then just delay the jumping a little bit longer, and then you'll jump pretty high above, kind of level with the bridge, and then you'll be able to make it across.
Yeah, we're finally getting our Torvus play from Xbro. It's just deciding to take it all the way through here. And we'll see if... Okay, Poison Bog is a beam-related upgrade. So yeah, the Morph Ball... Spider Ball's not in Poison Bog. At least not tonight. Alright, Umos 1 contains a Borger. Emerald is in Dark Oasis, so Echo is the missing piece of the puzzle here.
Now Diggle just needs to find Torvus if he hasn't already.
Here's the missile launcher. It was on Forgotten Bridge. I thought it was in Hall of Honor Dead.
You know what? I believe there is a 1 in 1,024 chance that you can have the Dark Missile Troopers missile graphic for a random missile expansion.
That's right. It's effectively the Echo's equivalent of a shiny missile.
Yep.
It's actually way lower in Echoes. It's like 1 in 8,100. It's like 8 times more.
Okay.
What elevator is this? We'll see again in the thing. Sank Gate. Okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah, this is an item too.
Amber.
Item and a hint.
Yeah, right now the missing piece of the puzzle is Echo Visor, and I believe that's Spider Ball in Putrid Alcove. Nope, it's not even close. Oh, we found it though.
Oh?
It's on Dynamo Works.
Oh. Well,
that is seed solved.
Spider required.
Yep, that is seed solved.
Oh yeah, I guess Cache could have Spider.
Yep. Cache, Venomous Pond. Those are the only 2 locations left. Here we go, Cache.
There it is.
So yeah, Diggle has effectively solved the seed. This last elevator will take Diggle to Torvus Entrance.
Convenient. That puts Diggle in...
Not,
does he know? Yeah.
Diggle can't actually take the other elevator because it's Emerald locked. Never mind.
So this puts Diggle in Go mode, I think.
Not yet. Diggle doesn't. Oh yeah, Diggle knows about Spider Ball, so yeah, that's gonna be. If Diggle can put 2 and 2 together with the HUD system, that is gonna be no mode for Diggle.
Yeah, I believe no mode is a thing for commentators when two racers find
Enough
different
information.
enough information to collectively give the commentators knowledge on where everything is.
I was.
But yeah, once Diggle knows where everything is, he could just go and just skip all checks.
Yeah, I think Diggle's pieced it all together because Diggle now knows where Echo is, which I assume he knows is now locking Emerald because he's got all other HUD systems. So Xbro's
It's okay,
probably
Diggle. You got it once already.
Xbro's probably not going to get that hint because as we're seeing now, Xbro's miles away. Now, let me think this through for a second. So basically, the routing was to get Spider Ball so that you could face off against Spider Guardian for Echo Visor. Then you had to go to Lower Torvis to fight Power Bomb Guardian and then get out to grab Emerald in Dark Oasis. So yeah, after picking up Spider, you can go through the Sank Vault elevator to finish up. In fact, that's what you had to do. After getting Spider, you have to go back out, basically. Back to Temple Grounds, and then back to... and then go to Sank through Temple Grounds. That's rude. I don't think Diggle checked the Dynamo Works tunnel, so Echo Visor could be in the tunnel, and we wouldn't even know, and we would only just now be figuring it out. In fact, that might be what Diggle's going to check right now.
It's nice that you can shoot those Seeker locks from right underneath them. You can make it a bit easier once you're targeting them to walk backwards into the wall, and that'll give you like much more space to look upward. And you can target the last one much sooner. And it's going for the screw attack method to get Echo Visor.
And yep, it is in the tunnel. There's two ways you can do this. There's either an instant morph or the screw attack. I prefer the screw attack personally, but both tricks are not easy by any stretch of the imagination. I had to learn this on the fly once so I can avoid a Spider Guardian fight.
When I first tried it with screw attack, I fell out of the tunnel and just assumed it was impossible. And so I've been practicing the slope jump instant morph method instead, and now I get that more consistently, but I haven't really practiced the screw attack method myself.
I feel like one thing you can do to increase the chances of not falling out is I think you have to enter the tunnel at a skew so that you can essentially bob and weave on the railings a little bit, because I think your hitbox is actually thinner while standing. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe, yeah. That kind of makes sense. Not sure if it's true, but it makes sense.
It certainly feels that way.
For the instant morph method, one thing that helps is jumping further forward with your initial jump to make sure you're getting backward momentum when you instant morph.
Yeah, same rules kind of apply for Hall of Honor Dead.
A lot of the times, before you'll get the instant morph, you'll play through part of the morph animation. Oh, there he goes. And during that animation, you might bump the lip of it and just lose speed.
Right, and Diggle does have to still go to Torvis and grab Spider Ball, but after that, and unfortunately, Diggle is going to have to take the long way to get to Torvis because, actually, where are the other two Torvis elevators? Lower Torvis is in Temple Grounds, but that is one way, but Diggle can go around it. Diggle knows how, for sure. And,
won't get him to Upper Torvis, though.
No, it won't. That is actually kind of a problem. The only other Upper Torvis elevator is Aegon Portal, so Diggle's got to go all the way back to the Aegon Portal. That is going to be a long walk. Well, no, it's not. It's a save warp, actually.
So this is another very understandable problem Diggle's having in trying to get up there. I personally find, kind of like he's doing right now, you want to pull back with the first jump. Like, as soon as you slope jump forward. You pull back to kind of release from the wall, and then you. Oh, then I would space jump straight up, and then move forward and morph at the same time. That seems to help.
Yeah, it seems like momentum has been a key factor in optimal Echo's movement throughout this whole tournament.
Last year, I had the belief that maybe potentially looking down would help, but it turns out that was also just placebo, and it's just pretty much just a timing thing.
Okay. Yeah, for when it comes to the tournament, at this point, I'm basically running the rule of if any trick I don't know how to perform consistently, I just don't do it to save myself the time.
Yeah, that's a big thing I try to keep in mind. I try to do a lot of tricks in my practice run that I just cannot get for the life of me. So I just know what not to do during my run.
Okay, and Diggle has kept that cannonball nice and smoothly, so I think Diggle is going to have to... This leads back to the temple, if I'm not mistaken, so... Diggle's going to have to go out temple transport Amber to go to Torvis. Actually, no, this goes to Sank. Oh, you know what? Diggle can't even get to the save station from here. Yeah, there's literally... Diggle's gonna
Logically,
get
at
trapped.
least.
Unless Diggle wants to do some more out-of-bounds shenanigans.
He might.
Alright, so... Yeah, Xbro has found Temple Transport Emerald.
It's going up to
Which...
Yumos.
Diggle's picked this up already, though.
Yep. But Yumos is going to pick him up. Maybe he hasn't picked it up.
Oh, wait.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess he's not using Yumos, but...
Alright, so enlighten me. How does this one work?
I hadn't
Don't answer
actually
that.
seen... Well, it's just like you see. A little risky going for a screw attack that, well, he probably would have just bonked and fallen back in bounds. It would have been fine. But, yeah, standable terrain. It's really powerful in the Prime series.
Yeah, this is new. This is news to me. I'm very curious to see how this will play out because I've only gotten this room to have an out of bounds function by technically not even this room. So there's a menu mod that most of us will use in like our practice seeds because it allows you to like warp to various rooms and stuff and do whatever you want. If you warp to Sank Energy Controller while you have the Inghive energy, it automatically plays for some reason the cutscene where Yumos is observing the Sank energy return, and in doing so, it puts you in that room after the cutscene, and that room it's basically just located like way below the actual energy controller, and it just changes the skybox. You're actually still in Sank, but the door actually
Oh,
doesn't
that's a
exist.
separate room entirely.
Yeah, it's a separate room.
Like, I think that happens when you select main energy controller in any area instead of the area's energy controller.
But yeah, you're seeing the out of bounds traversal here, and Diggle's just going to use it to... It's actually pretty crazy because in my race with Diggle last week, Diggle did the opposite of this in order to skip the Emerald door, but this last time the Emerald door was down. This time it's up, and it's very much worth the effort.
That last round was just practice. Now this is the real thing.
So they're actually kind of our runners just kind of high-five there for a bit.
Ooh, yeah, this is very fortunate for Diggle. He didn't know it, but yeah, this is Torvis' entrance, and he's going to be getting his Spider Ball and Power Bomb Guardian very shortly.
Yeah, Diggle's got this seed pretty much figured out at this point, and I think that Diggle had to have known this was the last elevator, though. Just by
Probably.
process of elimination, yeah. But yeah, logically, there was a lot of walking required just because of you had to go get Spider Ball, then go back to the Sank Vault side elevator to proceed onward. Because, yeah, you're not getting Emerald until after Power Bomb Guardian, so...
I wonder if we'll actually see gravity boost in this seed.
I don't think we will. Because the keys Diggle has left are Hydro Dynamo Station, Grove, Cache B, and Mining Plaza.
Earlier today, I found the gravity boost on Grapple Guardian, and I was like, okay, I guess I have to pick this up. And then Transit Tunnel East had Grapple Beam, and I already had Screw Attack. It was just totally pointless.
That's kind of funny. Alright, so Xbro is going to be doing this puzzle intentionally. Another case where you do not want to have Cannonball.
Yeah, you can stick to these lasers, so they don't necessarily knock you back, but for some reason you could get wedged in their collision and be dragged back and forth across them forever. Only if you have Cannonball.
Xbro made that laser puzzle look like child's play.
Yeah, very nicely done.
Teach me your amazing wisdom, Xbro, after this stream.
A lot of patience and very careful maneuvering. Using Morph Wall to just move very short lengths is kind of difficult.
I don't think... Yeah, we didn't see Xbro pick up Cannonball, right? I don't think so.
I don't believe he did.
Alright, Diggle's checking the Torvis temple elevator, which will take... Well, that will be good for getting back to Amorbis later, which actually, that is extremely convenient.
Yeah, the elevator is especially convenient because this allows him to get out of bounds and go to wherever he wants to go. But also, yeah, that's convenient for Aegon, I guess.
Diggle might be trying to get to Underground Tunnel right now. Went a little low, though. So how Out of Bounds Traversal works, for those who aren't familiar with it, essentially every room is in a box where gravity physics are normal, but outside the box is ether, where you slowly rise up, and then you can basically stand anywhere. When you cross between boxes out of ether, you get 3 frames to perform a jump. Reminder, this is a 60 FPS game, usually buttery smooth, so not a very frequent window.
This is obnoxious. Diggle is very familiar. Well,
Oh,
I guess he must have saved recently.
I hope so. I didn't see them save in Transport A access.
He was fine. Well, he just entered Torpus Lagoon. He probably saved there.
Probably. I hope so. But yeah, Xbro sees the Echo Visor. I'm actually surprised Diggle didn't try and go for this. Yeah, Diggle's fine. It only cost him about 3 minutes. Although right now, Diggle definitely has a leg up on Xbro. And I would say that it's... I would almost certainly just about say it's his race to lose, but...
So, Captain, is the screw attack method for this tunnel in advanced?
I think this is an expert.
Is it expert? Okay.
I didn't bother looking into it. I just do it, but I'm fairly certain this is an expert level trick.
Yeah, it was much less common in the first tournament, but it's so immensely useful that people have been picking it up, even though it is an expert level trick.
It's been useful, not even just that it's being done, that it's been useful in this tournament, because we've had a lot of cases where the DynamoWorks tunnels had progression. I think 2 of my races had stuff in there. Now, what Xbro is, unfortunately, Xbro has to go all the way back to the wall and then screw attack. He can't be moving forward while it's happening, otherwise, he'll bonk on the tunnel immediately.
Yeah, there is a bit of a minor tech you can do where you move forward to initiate the screw attack, and then, like, you release forward. Similarly to space jumping neutral in Super Metroid, you just release forward when you start screw attacking, and you'll be screw attacking in place, and that'll let you just maintain your position better.
Alright, DiggleWrath's not having too much trouble getting through to Torvis Temple this time. And we'll just casually slip on by and go to Underground Tunnel.
I'm a little surprised you reset. I didn't think he fell that far. I guess he fell further than I believe.
And we'll get to see what this hint is. Oh, wait, no, we won't. We don't have Emerald Translator. But yeah, you're seeing Diggle do those 3-frame ether jumps there. And if there's no collision, you basically just fall if you're in morph ball mode while in ether. But there's something stopping him up here. Oh, it was probably
Sloped
loading
walls
Grove.
are pretty
Okay.
awkward, yeah. He was trying to ceiling warp in with a slanted ceiling and or wall, and it's difficult.
Yeah, right now the game thinks Diggle is in Grove. Now it thinks he's back in Underground Tunnel. Now he's good.
Now he's in Grove. You
can
do have
kinda
to
see...
go to the door and move away first before it transitions properly, otherwise the other doors just won't open.
And if the game tries to load like Meditation Vista right now, while it thinks you're in Underground Tunnel, the game, if it tries to load too many rooms, it's just going to flat out crash.
Well, in that case, it won't, because the load triggers won't be there, because you're in a different room.
Ah, okay. I guess it's more likely in Prime 1, if anything.
Yeah. But if you do try to go to too many, like if you try to force load a different room that's connected to the one you're in, but you have a previous room loaded, that usually crashes.
Yeah, because the GameCube didn't have a whole lot of memory to play with back then.
So there are various ways to load rooms. Normally the game masks loading times by just placing loading triggers along your path to get to doors. And in a lot of, especially in Prime 1, there are a lot of hallways that are designed in such a way that they're just linear tunnels just to disguise the loading time for the next rooms. It's pretty smart, but when you're out of bounds, you kind of might not hit those triggers. There are other ways to load rooms, though. You could force the room to load by shooting the door and then jumping next to it. But if you have another room loaded, yeah, that is a high potential for crash.
I wonder if the text for the shiny missile says missile launcher or missile expansion on the text.
I believe it's expansion.
Yeah. So I think the shiny missile tank is the one in Hall of Honor dead.
Yep.
Yeah, Xbro is still trying to get this screw attack trick, but it's not quite working out, unfortunately. It's a great trick to learn, absolutely, but and a great trick to perform, but it's just Xbro's moving forward before the screw. Too far forward before the screw. Yeah, that one was the right movement, but it was too low. It doesn't help that there's kind of a weird ceiling in this room as well. Like there's two different ceilings, and if you bonk on the lower ceiling, you don't get the height you need.
Yeah, it's one of those rings that kind of surround the room.
To answer a question in chat, we've had shiny missiles and echoes for a while, but the chance of one dropping is far less likely than in Prime 1. I think the chance is 1,800, 192 rather, so 8 times the one in Prime 1. But it's an obnoxiously large, unlikely chance.
Yeah, it just uses it's just a regular missile expansion that uses the same model as the missile launcher. I bet that would be pretty interesting, we'll say, in main launcher required seeds.
Really?
I could imagine, like if it's using the missile launcher sprite.
Yeah, although you probably just have to scan. You'd probably just have to scan it to notice if it was the right one. Yeah, Gen 2 and 3 shiny odds for you Pokemon fans at home. Alright, now Diggle's gotten the Dark Torvis keys and not Spider Ball. Oh, he's grabbing Portal Chamber. And is waltzing out.
Yeah, weren't Gen 2 and 3 based on their stats?
I don't know anything about Chinese pre-Gen like 6, because I know like around Gen 6 or later it started becoming easier to encounter shinies. I did get a shiny in Gen 7 too.
I see a lot of people transitioning to Torvus Lagoon and back to Portal Chamber when they want to go back in Bounds here. It's actually not necessary in that particular room, but there are a lot of rooms where making the room visible does matter for some purposes. I know in Defiled Shrine you cannot get the flying in cache unless the room is visible.
Interesting.
There's also the ingworm in the back that obviously you can't go that way. It's solid in whether it's visible or not. But for some reason, when it's visible, if you walk back there, you could walk far enough to actually trigger the another room to load next to the previous room, and it'll
Fascinating.
just unload the room around you and let you back out of bounds. It's really convenient, but only if it's visible. You know, I was gonna say like Echoes does introduce, I believe it introduces a new loading system for a lot of rooms, but not necessarily all rooms, where it's based on proximity what room loads. So it'll unload the previous room and load the next room, and that is one example where it's useful.
Fascinating. Alright, so Diggle's doing the fight here to just drop the barrier to lower Torves. Because, yeah, I gotta still do that, unfortunately.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier. There is an out of bounds in Dark Torvus Temple that can get you to lower Torvus more quickly, but then you kind of have to go some other path to get out.
Yeah, Cache B is technically the elevator to lower Torvis in the Dark World, but it's just flat because there's no elevator. But you can still get down there through that room and hit the load trigger for Hydro Under Temple Shaft.
Yeah, I like how that's a thing. Like, they just copy over the rooms and then they just change them because they're light and dark versions of the room, or supposed to be.
I
So,
remember.
and for instance, in Dark Aegon Wastes, there's a room called Trial Tunnel. That's just this tiny little broom closet that normally has an Aegon key next to Aegon Temple. But it is actually a tunnel, and it does lead to Trial Grounds. It's just sealed off.
Yeah, because I guess if you somehow made it to the Mining Station B door, you would load Trial Grounds.
Yep. The door exists there, and you could use that to transition to Trial Grounds, but that's also sealed off. It's just a convenient. It's very convenient, especially for Room Randomizer, which unfortunately is no longer supported by Randomania. But one day,
That's unfortunate. Yeah, I noticed you've been doing that a bit lately.
it's fun, but it's horrible.
Sounds like it.
Unfortunately, it ceased support for Room Rando before there was logic logic added to item placement. So it's just totally random where things are.
Okay. Not to mention all sorts of memory issues, because, yeah, again, the GameCube doesn't have a lot of memory to play with, so two large rooms together, generally not a good time.
It's very crash prone, and there are also a lot of instances where there's just collision for rooms that just block off certain doors. Meeting grounds is a big issue where there's a Morphball tunnel on top of a super missile door, so it'll load two rooms, which sometimes isn't a problem for memory issues, but is definitely a problem if you're trying to go through the door, because there'll just be a wall in the way.
Yeah, it's actually crazy that those are technically those two entrances in Room Rando. They lead to two different rooms.
It's pretty fantastic.
All right, Xbro is going to go ahead and fight Powerbomb Guardian. Not you, wrong Guardian, Spider Guardian. Um, we know this. There's nothing else back here, except maybe Gravity Boost. But yeah, Diggle's just going to go ahead and fight a Morbus for Mining Plaza now. Get that out of the way. And then get Emerald Translator later. Oh wait, did Diggle get Grove already?
Probably. Yeah, he must have gotten it right after Underground Tunnel.
Yeah, Diggle got Grove already. So yeah, Diggle should be at 8 keys, I think. And Xbro did not get Echo Visor.
Alright, he just got Hydro Dynamo Station and Cash B.
Diggle did not, however, get Spider Ball.
Did he not?
No, Diggle never went to Cache. Just went straight out of Portal Chamber.
I guess he doesn't need it, does he?
Not at this point, no.
Logically required, but not actually. You know, technically, there is actually a way to skip a Morbus by jumping around the doorframe where you, where the gate is. The spawn trigger for a Morbus is right in front of that gate, and you can actually jump to the side around those little curved poles.
Fascinating.
And it's possible to get to the energy controller and then jump around the trigger yet again to get back. It's just kind of difficult, and you might as well just fight a Morbus. It's a bit finicky. Maybe if someone ever bothered practicing it, I'm not gonna.
Count me out. Looks like Diggle has chosen to not power up Worm Skip.
It's not necessarily difficult, it's just very fringe case. I don't know, maybe I should practice it someday.
Alright, so the nice thing is, now that Xbro has defeated Spider Guardian, I think he's got Echo, right? Yeah,
I
has
have
Echo.
no idea what causes
I just
this
saw it.
camera glitch.
I just triple checked on the HUD.
Yeah.
Is there a danger of doing something like Worm Skip in Phase 3?
There could be, and this looks like he's not going for it. Yeah, you could do worm skip for, well, the method to skip the worm for the first two worms, but as long as you don't do it on the third and last worm, because basically what happens is it skips the cutscene, and I believe it's the cutscene trigger that triggers the next phase, and the next phase is a Morbus being dead, so then it plays the ending.
Alright, so that's it for a Morbus for Diggle. And yeah, it's just a quick run to Mining Plaza, and that's going to be Key 8, and then or Key 9 rather, and then a Warp to start. We'll put him in task. Not the shortest walk over to Sky Temple Gate, but still not too bad either.
I kind of wonder how it works internally. I suspect maybe the bomb will drain a Morbus's health, and then it'll check if there are other worms attached. And since there would be, then it just doesn't go to the next phase.
Maybe. Might have to ask Zoid about that. Because yeah, Zoid did work on this game.
I haven't heard from him in a while. Has he been lurking like the Prime Rando streams or anything?
I don't think so. Just would be nice to know.
Yeah, he's been in contact with a lot of the players. Like after he worked on the Prime series, he's done a lot of a lot of commentary for GDQs and stuff.
Oh yeah, I remember. I think it was the same run where Claris debuted her Central Dynamo Maze program. That Zoid was on for a GDQ commentary. Xbro found the Lord Torvis elevator again, but that's not. Actually, that is gonna do him a favor because he needs to go kill Powerbomb Guardian anyway. But hasn't picked up the other Dark Torvis keys. Hasn't picked up, or maybe did Xbro pick up Cash B? I know Xbro picked up Spider Ball.
Must have. I'd be
I
surprised
guess
if
so.
they didn't.
Yeah, that actually, yeah, because most of Xbro's missing keys are not in Torvis. I don't think. Because after this one, it's Hall of Combat Mastery, which I don't think he picked up. Might have picked it up.
It's a
Maybe.
real fiddly trick, as Diggle likes to say, going on Xbro's screen. So basically, I personally find that whenever the ball is resting on the track, it's always at the wrong angle, so you have to kind of go between where it rests. And it's easier said than done.
Kind of like how you boost across Torvis Plaza to reach the other side of the Spider Ball tracks. When you're going up against that 90-degree curve.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I think this is quite a bit tighter, but yeah.
Oh yeah, this is way tighter. Plaza is way more lenient.
So, like, people were wondering last year, like, is it possible to just BSJ and screw attack over the statue? And I was like, probably. But it's not in logic until someone actually pulls it off. Someone actually pulled it off this year. So, it's in, I believe it's in logic now. It's probably a hyper mode trick, though.
I would think so.
In expert, oh, I guess if you watch a video, maybe you could actually see the angles and whatnot. So it would be, it's kind of funny in speedrunning and gaming in general. Once someone does something, then it's so much easier for anyone else to do it because they can see it done. It's like, oh, this is possible. I guess I'll try it.
Alright, and with that, Diggle has picked up key 9 and is taking the elevator to... Where does this lead again? This actually does lead back to Temple Grounds. This leads back to TAS. It's literally as fast as save warping. I forgot about that.
Also, when you're boosting off this track, you want to hold left or right to get into the corners of the statue.
Yeah, there's a small gap in the corners and the shoulders because, you know, the statue doesn't have Samus's shoulder pads.
Yeah, true.
Although, to be fair, the light suit doesn't really break out the shoulder pads that much either. It's really dark in Varia. Now, all the bulkiness that was in the shoulder pads, it goes into the kneecaps.
Right. Those spiked kneecaps, though. That looked... No. Okay.
And looks like we are joined by the runners of the 8 p.m. I hope I got the timing right here. Yeah, we're joined by Lokir and Aaron Explosives, who ran the 8 p.m. Race. Welcome aboard.
GG's to use. I usually try not to spoil, like, ongoing matches, just in case people want to watch multiple runs later.
Yeah, although apparently that VOD is good to watch because it had Space Jump and Mining Station B.
Nice.
That's terrible. Like, that's actually terrible because you can't do the BSJ or Screw Attack. You can't do anything to get that early.
Actually, you might be able to skip the Dark World if you have... Oh gosh, I'm not even sure what's required for that. I think just a BS. I think it's a BSJ and a scan dash from standable terrain.
Ooh, and Xbro got across the statue. Nicely done. But yeah,
Sweet.
on the subject of this race, it hasn't been too bad. There's been a lot of walking, but the items, the first half of the seed was practically free. By the time we finally got out of Aegon, we're checking hints, we had boost ball, beams, missile upgrades, screw attack, 3 translators.
Light suit was a big one.
Diggle is down a Sky Temple key. He forgot to get the one in Lower Torvis.
Wow.
Oopsie. That's right, because he skipped, because he never went down to Lower Torvis after picking up,
Oh no, he forgot to get that key. Now he's gonna lose the race. I don't know about that, but
I don't...
that's gotta feel bad. Whenever you return 8 Sky Temple keys, thinking you have them all.
Actually, I still think Diggle's ahead for the moment, just because it is only 1 key, whereas Xbro still has to get
Yeah.
a lot more, including killing Powerbomb Guardian.
See,
Yeah,
where does he go from there? Is Lower Torvis access close by?
Yes, it is in one of the... I think it's Meeting Grounds. It's actually the next nearest elevator. Unfortunately, Diggle is going to have to do the same trick.
Yeah.
And yeah, it looks like Diggle's definitely taking good knowledge of the elevator. See, this is great because I'm facing off against Inner Slice tomorrow with the same settings, and I need to take notes.
Yeah. You'll see a lot in randomizer races. You have no idea what your opponent did. You just, if you make a mistake, you lose several minutes. It might be fine. Just keep playing. Just keep your head down and just finish. And
Oh, yeah.
you might surprise yourself.
I think for me... Excuse me. I think for me, the most nervous point is if I'm in go mode and my opponent hasn't finished yet. That certainly was what it felt like against Diggle last week, because it's like, you know, Diggle's a great runner, so going up against him was so nerve-wracking. All right. Meanwhile, Xbro is doing the checking out the rest of Torvis, looking for a way into Dark Torvis. I think is electing to go through dungeon, maybe, or is electing to open the Lower Torvis path, the way to Alpha Blog, and go that way.
Meanwhile, Diggle is not going through the Meeting Grounds elevator. He's going through the Aegon Gate elevator.
That leads to Sank Entrance. That's... He's got to go all the way around to get back to Torvis.
So where are the other Torvis elevators? One's in Great Temple. That's the Torvis entrance. Where's the temple
Torvis
access?
Temple elevator is in the Aegon Portal.
Okay.
So it's either the Aegon Portal leads to Torvis Temple, or Temple Transport Emerald leads to Torvis Entrance.
Diggle is on his way back through Temple Grounds. Bit of an oopsie. He must have misremembered where the elevators go.
This is actually literally like the worst possible case scenario for trying to get back to Lower Torvis in a timely manner, unless you want to skip the statue.
This is an oof.
Yeah, this is, that's going to be a whoopsie moment. And it looks like Diggle's going to
Giving
just run
Xbro more and more time.
True.
Looked like Xbro was trying to screw attack over that gate. I don't
Yeah.
actually know.
I think you have to actually
That might be possible, is it?
It is possible to screw attack through the gate, but you have to bonk the wall, not the cage.
Well, I know you could get up from underneath by bonking off the wall. Looked like he was trying to go over.
I don't think that's possible, but that gate is not well programmed.
Yeah, it's just a set of collision that just doesn't quite extend. Like, it covers... vertically, it covers the ledge, but there are just some holes that you could just drop through in the corners of the ledge.
Nice camera.
And final bosses are off, yes.
Yeah, so Diggle can finish the seed without Spider Ball. I'm very, very, very surprised he didn't pick it up, though, considering it was in the neighborhood. Oh, Diggle can't go around the statue because no spider ball. Right. So yeah,
Right.
Diggle's got to take the long way. Wait until we tell him exactly where spider ball is. It's like I
He
said,
probably knows. He just chose to skip it.
Fair
He
enough.
got the hint, didn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, I believe both. I remember seeing both of them get the hint.
Yeah, but luckily the key is right here, and there's a save station right on top of the room. But oh, you know what it was? Diggle was like halfway to getting the key, but just didn't. Just must have skipped by it because you can see the switches released. Must have not followed through entirely.
That can happen. Probably because you rushed for a Powerbomb Guardian or some. Well,
It might have been. Although I'm looking at the,
a nice
I think,
save warp here.
you know, I'm not exactly sure what happened because I don't see any of the other access ways open on the map. Maybe because Diggle couldn't have gone straight for Powerbomb Guardian if none of the other entrance ways are open. And the,
Ah,
because yeah, the cannon was still available, so he didn't have the door to Under Temple open. Maybe he opened the door and then save warped. We'll have to double check. We'll ask him
maybe.
later.
That would make sense.
But still, after that bit of a comedy sidetrack, Diggle is back to having 9 keys and on the way to Sky Temple. Or not back to, but now has 9 keys and is on the way to Sky Temple. I will fully confess I am also guilty of almost dot-dunning with 8 keys.
We did see earlier this round someone done having returned 9 Sky Temple keys, to be fair, but then they got up and went to the bathroom and didn't realize until they got back that they actually didn't enter the teleporter, so they didn't actually beat the game. They weren't in the credits yet.
Were they still... did they still ultimately finish and get first place
They
either
they
way?
did get first, yeah, but
Okay.
that was
Oh,
silly.
wow.
Wow.
Vanilla gravity boost. W?
W. W
Maybe
indeed.
Y? Maybe that's supposed to be
Likely.
like Y? Or it's supposed to be like colon followed by downward facing arrow to symbolize Ooh, this is going to be a bit of a tough fight for Xbro going only on 2.5 energy tanks.
Yeah, so I was mentioning before some runners struggle with space jumps, and it's especially it's pretty difficult to practice on Alpha Blog because it's just usually rushing you.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to do it while you're getting pestered by Echo Blasts, and he hits 30 for 30 damage per shot, and doesn't open his mouth all the time.
As far as I'm aware, it's completely random. I don't think anyone's.
It's
I
more
think it's been
likely...
determined it is just random.
Really? I thought it was more likely at lower health, but that is going to be GG for Diggle, who finishes this race in first place with an official race time GG time of 1:50, if I can find it, 1:57.31.
Nice. Yeah, I think it
And
is more likely, but it's still random.
And yeah, they will be joining us for an interview shortly, but
Just in time with that blog kill.
just in time for the blog kill, but Xbro will forfeit this race.
Yeah, but forfeits with his life.
Very true.
That was terrifying.
It was, because that Xbro was literally one hit from death.
Thankfully, so was Alpha Blog.
But Yeah, interesting seed for sure. It wasn't too bad, all things considering. I think at this point, Xbro was only looking for the Powerbomb Guardian kill. Actually, I'm
This
wondering
fight
why
is
Xbro got
considerably
Gravity now that I
easier.
think about it.
I don't know. Maybe easier to get out, but they could save warp, I guess.
Yeah, we can ask during the interview.
Hi.
Hi, Diggle.
Hey,
GG's
Diggle.
to you. Congratulations.
I feel bad about that. Oh.
Yeah, so walk us through what happened there, because we noticed when you got back that the gate was already out. So, what happened?
I went there. I did it. I failed the underwater dash, fell down, opened up the thing, and then forgot to actually pick it up.
Okay.
Oh, that whole race was spaghetti. Soft block, forgetting that random elevators was on, and soft locking where I thought was going to take me to
Great Temple.
yeah.
Yeah, to be
Forgetting
fair,
that
that wasn't the worst thing ever, because you had knowledge then, so you could just not
Yeah.
go back there. So you
Not
only
having-
lost like 30 seconds, honestly.
Not having the 5th missile or the extra 5 missiles was actually pretty obnoxious.
Indeed.
They were in GFMC. Well, it's just...
Although, to your credit, you were able to properly show us skipping the Emerald door in Temple Transport Emerald.
Oh, but I did it from the other side. It doesn't count.
Even still, that saved you having to fight Powerbomb Guardian for Emerald Translator and Dark Oasis.
Yeah.
Xbro wound up needing that spider ball and going. He is currently fighting Powerbomb Guardian right now. So that was a huge boon for you.
Yeah, Xbro
I also forgot
also...
that Echo Visor was required for mining Plaza for a while, so I walked right by it the first time.
Yeah, you did get ultimately the skip into the tunnel. Xbro elected to fight Spider Guardian for it after trying for a few minutes.
What room was Spider Ball in? Cache?
Yep.
Thought so.
Yeah, it took us a minute to realize that the hint for Spider Ball was the radial proximity hint rather than the exact proximity hint.
I got thrown by the up 2 as well after a bit.
We are now joined by Xbro in the booth. Xbro, GG to you.
Yeah.
GG.
GG. Seed.
Lots of W's, huh?
Oh yeah. That means worth it.
Okay.
Ah.
So also, Diggle, you didn't see this, but Gravity Boost was vanilla.
Wow.
You can't expect me to just not get a vanilla gravity boost. Like.
So...
You really terrified this, though, with that Alpha Blog fight. Got down to 22 HP.
I know my limits.
So, Diggle, when you went to Hall of Honor dead...
Yeah. Oh, I can't hear anything now. What? Hold on.
He just stopped talking.
Oh no, Captain. Okay.
moment.
Captain,
Am I still here?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Okay. I was saying, so, we think the Shiny Missile expansion was in Hall of Honor dead.
I don't know if Echoes has shiny missiles.
It does, but it's far less likely. It's like 1 in like 8 times more than Prime 1.
Oh.
Congratulations!
Well, I'm gonna double check that because I thought it was a Powerbomb expansion.
I'm double checking the VOD right now myself, actually. Because now I'm curious.
I already turned off the stream, unfortunately, so,
But ultimately, that wasn't a particularly... How about we talk about that opening? Because immediate, like, light suit leading to dark visor, leading to super missiles. It's like, what a combo.
Yeah, that was a pretty nasty start.
Nice pun.
Oh, completely unintentional, I assure you.
It was unfortunate that I gave up Cannonball when I did, but I fell like a foot out of bounds, and like it's gonna take me too long to float back up. So
Yeah, I was
just
wondering
reset.
about that. I didn't know how far you fell. That I wasn't sure as well if Torvus Temple was lower or not.
Um, could be actually. I'm not sure, but I figured it would be easier to reset at that point.
Fair enough. It's better to just reset immediately than to try to recover for potentially like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Really good showcase of the out of bounds. The Great Temple out of bounds actually paid off this time.
I figured that it had to go to Torvus. It would likely go to Torvus, and if it didn't, the elevator in the Seeker's elevator in Aegon most assuredly would, and I could just save Orb as well. Yeah, no, Hall of Honor Dead is a burger.
Ah, okay.
We had actually thought for a split second that, because you were both checking ink caches at the same time, that Ing Reliquary might have actually had super missiles.
Oh, I don't think I ever saw the hint for that.
It was beam related, so it very well could have been, given the equipment.
Yeah?
Sorry, this is actually, like, I'm really curious to see if, I'm trying to look through the match VOD to see if we did in fact encounter that shiny missile expansion.
It isn't. I went back to Hall of Honor Dead just now. It's PBs.
Oh, it is PBs. You know what? It was spinning enough to make it look like a power bomb or a missile launcher. Bummer. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, maybe it was just on a diet, so it was slimmer.
If that's even possible. It was maybe it was a veggie burger.
Yeah. So I just like the settings overall. Does that make for a pretty good seed, you think?
It was certainly something. I don't know if I want to do them again for a tournament race.
Yeah, I liked it.
It was definitely giving us a lot to think about, trying to think of the route, because, yeah, once, Diggle, you realized you had to go back for Hydro Dynamo Station, there was literally no good way to get to Lower Torvus without Spider Ball.
Yeah, I was actually pretty sad when I walked right next. I saw Lower Torvus. Like, I can do that. No, I can't. There is a trick to get there without Spider and Boost. You can do a BSJ with Screw Attack, but I've never done it in
Yeah, Jagger was talking about it while Xbro was attempting the trick, and eventually Xbro did get through the statue with Spider Boost. Because, yeah, Xbro's was just finishing off Powerbomb Guardian by the time you finished. Not Powerbomb Guardian, Alpha Blog, by the time you finished.
Still worth it. I also got validated again because there was a EMT right outside the Powerbomb Guardian, or is it Under Temple Access?
Under Temple
I don't
Access,
Yep,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, we found all. I think there were actually 4 ETMs this seed total. The
Yeah,
other
should
one
be,
was
yeah.
on the third one we didn't see was on a cache.
Right.
Yeah, it was the ship, the landing
Defiled
site.
Shrine, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it's called.
But yeah, this seed just kept on gave us so much comedy with bombs being vanilla, with light suit and dark suit practically being right next to each other.
Vanilla Dark Burst and Vanilla Gravity Boot.
Exactly.
I'm just surprised. I can't say I've ever been forced to do the Dark Aegon 2 loop twice, basically, because more checks kept opening up.
Yeah, it was actually funny, Diggle. You went to Ink Cache 1 first, then went to Ink Cache 2, and found it was light suit.
Yep, I'm just like, well, I guess we're doing Feeding Pit now.
Good thing you did too, otherwise that would have been a very late Dark Visor. And it was funny because I don't know if either of you two saw the 5 p.m. seed, but we had Dark Visor in Dark Oasis, unrequired of course, but it was hinted as a HUD system, and it threw us off for like the longest time until hints. So from
I was
my
worried for a couple minutes there that Dark Visor would be in Dark Oasis, and then I found Dark Visor and just like, I guess not. And then I was worried about Echo Visor. Luckily not as well.
All right. Well, is there anything else that you two would like to say about the seed before we close out tonight?
10 out of 10 would do again.
Hopefully next time I won't play as much wet spaghetti.
I think it's fun. I actually don't practice this game outside of the tournament, so I learn the tricks while everyone watches me learn the tricks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we saw you trying feverishly for the the tunnel for Dynamo Works, and that's definitely one I would recommend because it's a great trick.
Yeah.
It is really hard, though, to be fair.
It is.
I've tried it a few times. I've given up every time though, so everyone will get it. But I'll watch up at the bot. I'm sure you guys were pointing out what I was doing wrong.
Yeah, a little bit, and also it's also just a finicky trick
Yeah.
as well.
It took me like 15 tries.
Okay.
It's yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. But yeah, that was fun. I like that.
All right. Well, with that said, that will close us out here for this very busy day in the Metroid Prime 2 Randomizer 2021 tournament. Our next match will be tomorrow afternoon. I am facing off against Inner Slice in basically the same settings with final bosses. That's about the only difference.
I like that. I'll be there.
And then we got an additional match on Thursday, Gollop versus Z Chaotix, and then Friday and Saturday we got 2 matches each for the rest of the round 4 matches. Plenty of Echoes Randomizer to be seen.
Yeah, be sure to follow those racers. Follow our lovely tracker, Jojo Mojo 2, and Captain MD13, and definitely our greatest commentator would be Chat. So thanks a lot for Chat, and be sure to follow everyone in Chat as well.
Yes, and do be sure to stay tuned to the Speed Gaming schedule for updates on where the next matches will take place. When is pretty much set right now, but where they will be on the schedule soon. We hope you will join us for that. But until then, Jagger, thank you so much for joining me up here in the booth tonight.
Likewise.
And we thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we will see you next mission.
Bye.
Have a nice night.